Good everyone, and I welcome you again to my YouTube channel. We are in the period again of the corona pandemic and it's still continuing, and we are looking forward that things are going to get better as the day goes by. Africa has recorded a series of coronavirus cases, and we have recorded some deaths, a few deaths, and so many other discharged, and some are still being hospitalized. Governments have declared a lockdown in many states and in many countries in Africa. Many citizens are indoors and cannot go out to buy, to sell, to work, or to earn, and many are finding it difficult to feed. But people are still surviving. None has died of any kind of hunger. None have been killed by the hunger virus. This shows us that there is always a way out where there seems to be no way. And it's time for Africa to put on its thinking cap and maybe stop the over dependence on the government, because the government of Africa is almost helpless. From my own personal perspective, the government of Africa is almost helpless. It could get to a point the government of Africa may just start looking for financial aid and support from the advanced countries in terms of vaccines, in terms of food, in terms of other things, because these countries will not open their eyes and let Africans die. They have humanitarian um, aspects in their government. In the case of Africa, some supplies that are meant for the people are being hijacked. I was listening on Channels TV today, and a politician was speaking, and he said they are doled out is a lot of palliatives, some things for people to live on. The person interviewing, who was a staff of Channels, it was a panel discussion. The person said they are the ones on the street, so they know that the food is not reaching the people, even though the politician is claiming that the food is reaching the people. Now, what I want to talk to you today about is that we should leave out the Fela Anikulapo approach and take on other approaches. Maybe the Obey Commander approach, maybe the Sonio Ade approach, maybe the Kolinti Anila approach, maybe the Sikiru Ayinde Barrister approach. This approach of these musicians I've mentioned praises the government, maybe even the Damaraya Jaws or whatever approach those days. While I was in the north, one of the Hausa musicians sang the song, I can custom, say Maras Oro, Bekizama chicken, Dajiba, Bekizama chicken, Lungumba, I can custom, say Maras Oro. What is sang in that song is that the work of the custom is for the fearless. It doesn't mind staying in the bush just to make sure that the town is being secured, just to make sure that the city, the country is secured, as far as his own work as a custom officer is concerned. That goods that ought not to come into the country don't come in, goods that ought not to go out don't go out. So the custom will stay either in the bush or in the city. Now, there are other things that custom officers do that are bad. This man definitely knows about them, but he doesn't talk about them. Instead, he looks at the positive side of the custom and he praises them. I remember during Babangida regime when Nigeria was to do census, Kolinti Ayinla sang the song that Tí ẹ bá kàyàn tí ẹ ò bá kà mí máa fẹjọ́ sùn Babangida. Máa fẹjọ́ sùn Babangida. It was a song that went around. Kolinti Ayinla was a well-known musician. In that census, So many abnormalities might happen that Colonel Ayinla may know of, but that was not his interest. His interest was to eulogize the good thing the government was doing. The good thing the government was doing. In the case of Obey Commander Ebenezer Obey, he has sung so many songs that praise the Nigerian government. One of them is Omowale Soja Afesukun. Abode Soja Ekwadenyo during the Civil War. Children were going to taken to school. Any young man was in the community, they would just come around, they just come raid the place, they take them to war. As they are going, the parents will hide their male children. The moment the government gets them and they are going to the war, the parents will be crying because they believe that the child may not return. Obena sang that song to support the government and to encourage the parents that our child is going to be a soldier. He's going to the war. We want to cry. But when he comes back, all this weeping is going to become a thing of the past. People that fought in the war and they survived it, like the likes of Obasanjo, even the likes of Buhari, the likes of Babangida, the likes of Theophilus Danjuma, Benjamin Adekunle, all of them that fought in the Civil War and they survived, even the Ojukus and every other person, we praise them. We give them the kudos. Why? Because they are warriors. A soldier is a warrior. A soldier is a man of war. So a man of war is not found in time of peace. The time of war is when you find a real soldier. So Omowale Soja Afesukun, Abode Soja Ekwadenrin, he was praising the government that yes, take them to war. He was telling the parents, release your children to go, allow them to go to war. And truly the children went to war and they came back. So Obey is passing some message to the government. There are other times he passed message to the government. Operation Feed the Nation. Ìjọba ológun ti sọ wá dóge environmental sanitation. Ìjọba ológun ti sọ wá dóge. That was when they started environmental sanitation during Buhari Jagbon regime. And there was this war against indiscipline. During that time, there was some brutality. But the man was not looking at all that. He was looking at the positive side as a musician. But we also have Fela Anikulapo who sang Suffering and Smiling. At this same time that he was singing Suffering and Smiling, 99 CT, 65, 35 standing, 65 sitting, or whatever, in the Molue, he was singing about the negative sides of the government. Up to date, have those things have been abated? Are those things still not there? They are still there. But the man has chosen his own style. And he was always in antagonism with the government. Always antagonizing the government of the day. Every government, he will antagonize them. The good part of the government, he does not see. He sees the bad part of the government. I am not against Fela. I am not against Obe. I am not pro-government or pro-anybody. I'm just saying my own view that in the everything that we are doing as citizens of our dear nation in Africa, we should engage constructive criticism of our government. Constructive criticism. Why am I saying this? We compare Africa with America. We compare Africa with other countries of the world. Somebody was sharing from Canada, a Nigerian who is now a citizen of Canada, was sharing the booty, the welfare package that they gave him for the lockdown because he was to stay at home. In fact, they brought it to his doorstep. He was sharing. Africa is not like that. Africa is not yet organized to that extent. So what our musicians and our youths and everybody that can talk or that is talking should do is to praise the government for what they have done so far. Praise them for what they have done so far. And then in the midst of the praise, tell them the next thing they need to do. A musician sang a song in Yoruba some years ago. He said, "Ẹ̀yin òyìnbó, ẹ fún mi ní visa. Ẹ̀yin òyìnbó, ẹ fún mi ní visa." And he was saying it. He was giving the reasons why they should give him visa. It was a music he was singing. Why was he not abusing the whites? Why was he not crucifying them in his music? He was not crucifying them. He was saying, you, these white people, give me visa. I want to go to your place. I want to go there. I want to reach there. History tells us that that man have applied so many times for visa, he was not given. After that music, I think he was invited and given the visa to go and see the white man's land. Criticism does not get us anywhere. Criticism will not make government to do more for us. We may think they will do more, they will do less. And if they will do more, they will do it with a bad mind, with a bad attitude, not with the right attitude. Let me give you an instance now. During this lockdown in Africa, in some parts of a country called the Giant of Africa, in the commercial nerve center of that country, in a particular area in that country, on the mainland, one of the senators distributed bread. He customized the bread, put his name on the bread, distributed it as part of welfare package for the people. As part of welfare package for the people. It was not his duty to distribute bread. He is a senator elected to represent the people, for the government to make laws that will favor the people. When he distributed the bread, I would have expected the people to take the bread and take it in and then find a way to send a thank you to the man that, please do more for us. We appreciate you. Then the man's head will swell. Then he will do more. Instead of doing that, what do people do? They took the bread on the streets, the youths. They started playing football with the bread. It was laughing matter. They were laughing, they were joking, they were saying, see what he gave to one house. Yes, what he gave to a particular house is too small for the household. Truly, truly, you are right, you youths. You are correct. I agree with you 100%. But I would have preferred that you take the bread and you look for the elderly, the people that are really in need. If you don't need it, somebody needs it, and give it to that individual. Then you can reach out to the politician the more and let him know what is going on. You can form something that will make the politician to see what you are saying and to do what he's supposed to do for the community. But taking the bread and playing, giving it to football, it's waste. The politician tried the little he could do. Probably the little he could do was the bread. So the little the people could do was to waste the bread. Maybe it was in anger, maybe it was in anything, but we are so much angry with our politicians to the effect that we don't even see how we ought to come in to play constructive criticism and to make them to do the right thing. We are so angry with our politicians in Africa that we don't even think of how we can make them to be better. But what we forget is that we are the ones that make the politicians. We are the ones that make them. They came out from among us and they became the leaders that they are, the politicians that they are, and they led us. Now, let me give you a good instance. If a politician becomes, let's say he becomes a senator today, or becomes a governor, all the people in his state, in his local government, in his family, they expect him to fix all their children into profitable employment with the federal government or with the state government or with whatever. Everybody they want to queue when it comes to town, they queue up, they want to take from him. How much is his salary? What you're taking from him is what he's supposed to use for constituency projects. What is supposed to use for some laudable projects, and you are collecting this, you collect 500, you collect 1,000, like that, like that, like that. At the end of the day, he came out with 100,000, he went back with nothing. Every time he comes, and maybe he comes around 5 times in 6 months, and he has given you guys over 5 million in that community. That money would have been used for constituency projects, have been used for a borehole. It has been used to make your street light. It has been used to sponsor some people in school. But people look at the immediate need. They don't look at the need that they ought to look at, the future need. I think you're getting me. I'm not speaking for the politician, but I am speaking for all of us. Remember, democracy is government of the people, for the people, and by the people. We are the people that collectively voted them in. with majority of our votes. So we should engage them in a constructive way. If we do this, we see that things will begin to take shape. Fela Anikulapo Kuti throughout his lifetime was engaging the government negatively. He engaged Obasanjo negatively. He engaged every government negatively. And he spoke bad about the Nigerian state. And he was pointing out all the ills. I love Fela. I love his music. I love his life. I love everything about him. I love his determination. I love his doggedness. I love I love everything about him. What I just look at about him is that with his talent in music, if you have just tilted it to speak, to be neutral in his music, instead of attacking the government, to be neutral in his music, and to point out the good things that the government is also doing, it will have been better. It will have been better. It will have been better for him, for every one of us, if Fela had done that. But you know, Fela didn't do that. He was always speaking against the government of the day, always speaking against the government, always speaking against them. He was the one that sang the song, "Teacher, Don't Teach Me Nonsense." He sang so many songs, suffering and smiling. But in reality, there are some people that are also enjoying and they're smiling. There are people that are enjoying and smiling. You remember one of my YouTube videos, I talk about the craziest aspect of Lagos. But I also talk about the good side, the non-crazy part. That is a balanced view. As Lagos is, some people, they will stay at the bus stop for 1 hour before they get the bus. They'll be in the vehicle for 2 hours before they get to work. Some people, they are so wealthy in Lagos that they don't stay at the bus stop to get a bus. They don't even enter commercial transport. They have fleet of cars with drivers. And they got this money in legitimate ways. That is what I'm saying. Fela should have done. That's what I'm saying. We too should be doing. Don't just look at the negative side of people. Look at their positive side. What good have they done? What good have they ever done to me, to you? Then eulogize them for the good. Eulogize them for the good. Praise them for the good. Thank them for the good. In fact, encapsulate them for the good. Make them happy for the good that they have done. And you will see that they will do more good. But the little good they do, you will crucify them. But not minding that this same man, many who are close to him will have taken. Maybe it was not even the bread he had in mind. Some people that I said they are close to you, the people, are people that asked him to make bread. A baker among you was the one that baked that bread. And then the baker got a lion's share. Why can't you find out who the baker was? Why can't you find out how much he was given? Why can't you find out? And then next time, you advise the people properly. Why are you not the one close to the man? Why is somebody else close to the man? All these and many more are the things we should be looking at. Instead of just crucifying. I don't criticize the government. I don't criticize people in power because I know the enormosity of the responsibility on their neck. They are here, they are there, they are everywhere, representing us. While we are sleeping, they are awake. They are the Senate. They are here, Senate committees, doing this meeting, doing that meeting. We just see them, but they don't do anything. How many times do they meet? This and that. We kidding. They do a lot behind the scene to make things to run and to make things to move. And I don't know of any politician in his right mind that will not have the benefit of his constituency as his primary focus. So when that same constituency is not crucifying him, that leader will become weakened. Our leaders need our prayers. Our leaders, our politicians need our support. They need our help. Don't just be there and criticizing them. It's not easy to lead. Some people will say they should leave, they should do this. If you leave now, they'll say, he have left. He doesn't have anything to offer. If he stay there, they say, he stayed there. I want to encourage you as a leader, and I want to encourage the youth to go into politics. Go into politics. Don't just stay on the side view, taking the bread, playing football with it. In the next election, that person playing football with the bread, why can't you go for councillor? and then see how it feels. So by that time, we will know whether you really mean business or you're just playing. So let's take the good approach. Let's don't take the best approach. We can criticize our leaders very well. We can criticize them, but we should criticize them constructively and not in a way that will make them to feel bad and to go to bed and feeling sorry that they have come out to represent a people that do not value them. My name is Benga Adetitun, and I'm your host on this YouTube channel, Benga and Kindle YouTube channel. This channel is about educating you and making you to realize how to see what you need to see. I am going to talk to you some other time. Please, I plead with you today. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscription is free. Subscription button is just right below this video. Just click it. It's free of charge. It's not like DSTV or Star Times or any kind of TV decoder, TV subscription that you do. This is YouTube subscription. I need at least 2,000 subscribers before the end of this month. I have a goal. Please help me to broadcast it. Subscribe and help me to get more subscribers. That is how I also can make some benefit from the YouTube. Please subscribe, and after subscribing, click the notification button so that when my next video comes out, you will be notified. I love you. I love our dear country. I love Africa. I love the giant of Africa. I love the commercial nerve center of Africa. I love every state in the inside of the giant of Africa. I love every country in Africa. I love every country anywhere in the world. And I love you. And I want us to do well. Together, we can make our world a better place, and we can help our politicians and our leaders. Please, let's do it. Bye for now.